Bismillah.
We understand why the first type is impossible. However, there's two different aspects. There's one aspect is whether that can happen from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's impossible.
Yeah.
But the second aspect is whether we have conflicting narrations which say to do this at the same time and not to do this at the same time in terms of narrations.
So then one of them is correct.
Okay, but we have this in fiqh and we have to resolve the conflict.
Yeah. Because this type of thing is takazub, and if there is hadith that they exactly contradict each other, then they are not hujjah. Yes.
When you say that you cannot pray on the place which is Rasa, so what if people pray there? Is there? So
That is what we discuss. That is what we discuss. Okay, so al-ma'mur bih ghayr al-manhi an. Amir the same, ma'mur the same, but ma'mur bih, what you have been asked to do, and manhi an, what you have been asked not to do, are not the same. Because ma'mur bih is salat, manhi an is qasb. بل هما ماهیتان مختلفتان. There are two different realities, two different, essence. غير أن المكلف بسوء اختياره. Sometimes the person who has been given these two taklifs, with his misuse of free will, he makes them applicable to him at the same time. So, for example, it's the time of salat and he goes to a property which is qasb. He has caused problem. There was no problem in legislation. In the first time, problem is legislation, therefore it's impossible. But here, legislation is okay. Salah is okay. La taqsab is okay. Why you are going to a place of qasbi when it's the time of salat? You have caused two things that conflict apply to you.
if somebody make a mosque on the hospital place, so people go for prayer in the mosque.
Yeah. If people don't know, then it's fine. But if they know, they cannot go.
90% of the mosque in Pakistan are hospitals. They just go and build up the mosque and then they start praying.
I don't know. غير أن المكلف بسوء اختياره جمعهما في مورد واحد. The one who has been given taklif because of his misuse of free will has brought them together. He has subjected himself to two different taklif instructions. على وجه يكون المورد مصداقا لعنوانين ومجمعا لهما. This case becomes an instance for two titles, Saleh and Qasb. Majma means what? A place of getting together. Majma'ul Bahrain. What does it mean? It's when two seas meet each other. It's also name of a book. Majma'ul Bahrain is the name of a book on Lugha. So this is the second type. The third, al-ijtima'ul mawradi. And this is when the verb, the action, the fi'l means action, is not an instance for two titles. It's not that you have one fi'l, one action, which is saleh at the same time, but it is qasb. No. Yakunu huna fi'lan. There are two actions, but taqarana wa tajawara. These two actions have come together. They happen at the same time together, but there are two actions. It's not like standing for prayer in a qasbi place. This very act of standing for prayer in a qasbi place was subject to two titles, Saleh and Latas. But now we are talking about two actions. Like what? a person is saying his prayer and at the same time he's he's looking at na-mahram with a bad intention. Looking at na-mahram is not an action which is salat, because it's not a standing or ruku or sujood or recitation. Although the same person is doing this haram looking, but this action and the actions for salat are different, but they have come together. They happen at the same time. Al-ijtima'ul mawradi. So, لم يكن الفعل مصداقا لكل من الإنواع. It's not that one action is instance for two titles. No. There are two actions. يكون هنا فعلان تقارنا وتجاورا. They have come together في وقت واحد. يكون أحدهما. One of these two actions is an instance for a title of wujub, like salat. The other one is مصداقا لعنوان الحرام, like looking at na-mahram with bad intention. مثل النظر إلى الأجنبية في أثناء الصلاة. فليس النظر مطابقا لعنوان الصلاة. Looking at na-mahram is not subject to the title of salat, and salat is not subject to the title of looking at na-mahram. The two actions. So they are not لا ينطبقان على فعل واحد. These two do not apply to the same action. بل المكلف يقوم بعملين مختلفين. The person is doing two things, but they are متقارنين في ذلك. But these two actions are done in the same time. The same person is doing two things at the same time. Okay. Which of these three we need to discuss? Al-Amiri is impossible. The third one has no discussion. Definitely it is possible. It's possible that a person is saying prayer at the same time doing haram in another way. That is also possible. The second is controversial. Al-Ma'muri. Like Salli wa la taqsib. Some people said it's possible. If a person, with his misuse of free will, he puts himself in a condition that he is praying, but also he's doing qasb. So they say both of amr and nahy apply to him. Therefore, he is doing wajib from one aspect and haram from another. So he's doing wajib and haram. This is the idea of the people who believe in possibility of ijtima'ul amr wa nahy. There are people who say no. One of them is only applicable to him. Then again here there are two opinions. Some say we have to give preference to wujub. Some say we have to give preference to hurma. So some people say salli and la taqsib cannot both of them be applicable. So salli is more important. Therefore he has to say prayer, and even if he's doing qasb, it's not a problem, because he has to say his prayer. Some people say no, he should avoid qasb, and salah is not wajib for him. But this is for the people that they have, a kind of alternative. Manduha. Do you remember we had in the previous book, Manduha means a way out. If someone has no way out, then definitely this person, can have both of them coming to him together. Okay, let us see what is the controversial thing out of these three. إذا عرفته فاعلم أن النزاع في الاجتماع المأموري لا الآمري ولا الموردي. Niza, the debate is in getting together of ma'amuri. the second one, the middle one. Not Amiri because that was impossible. Not Muradi because Muradi is also possible according to everyone. The first one is impossible according to everyone. The third is possible according to everyone. It is the second that some say it's possible, some say it's not possible. Second point. If you remember, we said before we mentioned arguments, we make few points. The second point. ما هو المراد من الواحد في العنوان. When we say اجتماع الأمر والنهي في شيء واحد, getting together, coming together of Amr and Nahy in one thing, what do we mean by one thing? ما هو المراد? What is meant من الواحد by واحد في العنوان in title. المراد من الواحد في عنوان المسألة in the title of this discussion at the beginning of this problem. When we say واحد, we mean الواحد وجودا. In a real world, it's one thing, one action, for example. بأن يتعلق الأمر بشيء والنهي بشيء آخر ولكن اتحد المتعلقان في الوجود والتحقق. You have two titles. Amr has belonged to title A, like Salat. Nahy has belonged to title B, like Ghasb. Two titles, but in the real world, one action is both Salat and Ghasb. اجتماع في شيء واحد. So, يتعلق الأمر بشيء. Command has belonged to something, which is Salat. نهي بشيء آخر. Nahy has belonged to something different, which is Ghasb. But اتحد المتعلقان, Salat and Ghasb have come together في الوجود. In the world of realities, in the external world, the real world, one action has become subject for both. كالصلاة المأمور بها والغصب المنهي عنه المتحدين في الوجود. Like Salat is one title and has been commanded. Ghasb is another title and prohibited. But they come together in existence when a person is saying his prayer in a house which is usurped. إقامة الصلاة في الدار المغصوبة. This is one action. Standing, ruku, sujood, all this, one action, which is salat, and the same action is ghasb. فخرج بقيد الاتحاد في الوجود أمران. When we say in the reality there is one action, we are excluding two other possibilities. One is al-ijtima'u al-mawradi, the third type. Salat and looking at haram. Sinful looking at non-mahram. We are excluding that. That is not our discussion. Why? Because even in the real world, they are two. Looking and salat are two actions. كما إذا صلى مع النظر إلى الأجنبية إذ ليس وجود الصلاة نفس النظر إلى الأجنبية بل لكل تحقق وتشخص ووجود خاص. Each of them has its own reality and existence. Salat is something, looking at something else. The second thing that we want to exclude is الأمر بالسجود لله والنهي عن السجود للأوثان. Yeah, you have to prostrate for Allah and you are prohibited to prostrate before idols. So two different things. It's not only two different actions, even the concepts are different. sujood for Allah and sujood for idols. فالمتعلقان مختلفان مفهوما. Okay? و متحدان مصداقا. But in the reality, you can pray for Allah, and by praying for Allah, you have also avoided prostrate for Allah. You have avoided prostrating for idols. Okay, you can do both. This is very clear. There is no problem in this. Okay, let us go to our problem. So our problem is Saleh and La Taqsib. Saleh in general has no problem. La Taqsib in general, no problem. The problem is when someone goes to a place which is not mubah, is usurped. At the time of salat, he is there and he has to say his prayer. Salat is applicable to him. La taqsib is also applicable to him. And there is one action. What should he do? Al-amru thalis al-aqwalu fil mas'ala. First, let us see what are different positions, what are different opinions here. إن القول بجواز الاجتماع. The opinion which holds that it's possible to have Amr and Nahy together, هو مذهب أكثر الأشاعرة. This is the view of the majority of Ash'arites. والفضل بن شاذان, who is one of our early scholars, من قدمائنا. Okay, Ash'arites are Sunni theologians. Fadl ibn Shazan is a Shia narrator of hadith and scholar. Also, وهو الظاهر من كلام السيد المرتضى في الذريعة. Sayyid Murtada, who is the brother of Sayyid Razi, who compiled Nahj al-Balagha. Sayyid Murtada was a great scholar. So, in his book Al-Dhari'ah, which is in Usul al-Fiqh, Sayyid Murtada has many books, but in Usul he has Al-Dhari'ah. There he mentions this. وَإِلَيْهِ ذَهَبَ فُحُولُ الْمُتَأَخِّرِينَ. Fuhul means champions, those great scholars among recent scholars. You know, Fazl ibn Shazan is min al-Qudama. Opposite to Qudama is Muta'akhirun. Means later. Later. كالمحقق الأردبيلي. محقق أردبيلي, or they call also مقدس أردبيلي. سلطان العلماء محقق الخنصاري وولده, his son, والفاضل المدقق الشيرواني والسيد الفاضل صدر الدين وغيرهم. Ayatollah Subhani says also some of my teachers like Ayatollah Burujerdi and Imam Khomeini, they have also chosen this. وَيَظْهَرُ مِنَ الْمُحَدِّثِ الْكُلَيْنِ رِضَاهُ بِذَلِكَ. It seems that Sheikh Kulaini, the one who compiled Al-Kafi, also is happy with this. Because when he talks about the opinion of Fazl ibn Shazan, who believed in Jawaz, he doesn't follow that by criticizing. He quotes that, and without criticism, it means that he was maybe happy with it. Even Fazl ibn Shazan himself says that this is one of the ideas that all Shia accept. بل يظهر من كلام الفضل بن شازان أن ذلك من مسلمات الشيعة, is one of the things that Shia have accepted. This is the opinion of those who say it's possible to have Amr and Nahy together. Pardon? Amr and Nahy together. The second opinion is al-imtina. They say it's impossible. Who has chosen this opinion? Who has adopted this? فَقَدْ اخْتَارَهُ الْمُحَقِّقُ الْخُرَاسَانِي صاحب كفاية. Al-Akhund al-Khurasani, Sahib Kifaya, he has this opinion that it's impossible to have Amr and Nahy together. In his book Al-Kifaya, Kifayatul Usul, is the last book on Usul that students in Hawza study before Dars Kharij. So the last book in Sutuh for fiqh is Makasib, and for usul is Kifaya. Okay, so there are two opinions. إذا عرفت ذلك, if you understood this, have you understood this? Okay, so he says, if you understood this, فَلْنَذْكُرْ دَلِيلَ الْقَوْلَيْنِ. Now we mention the argument for both opinions. عَلَى سَبِيلِ الْإِخْتِصَارِ, but very briefly. وَقَدْ اسْتَدَلُّوا عَلَى الْقَوْلِ بِالْجَوَازِ بِوُجُوهٍ. First, let us bring the arguments for those who say it's possible. Al-Qawlu bil-Jawaz, the opinion which says it is possible to have Amr and Nahy together, they have argued biwujuhin, in different ways. We mention those which are the most important ones. Nazkuru ma huwa al-ahammu minha, means the most important ones we mention. Okay? Is it clear? I don't know if I should stop here, or because we are not going to finish, and maybe we stop here so that you read in advance also, because there are a few arguments for and against and takes more than 2 pages. So inshallah we continue next session. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.